Hey guys, it's Maddie from Let's Eat Plants, and today we are making a very different kind of oatmeal for our oatmeal of the week. We are going to make a savory, stuffing-inspired oatmeal. So with Thanksgiving coming up, I thought it would be a good time to experiment not only with a savory oatmeal, but also something that goes along with our Thanksgiving holiday meal. So I started doing some research to see if there's already a stuffing made out of oats, and there are actually a few. So we're going to kind of combine a couple recipes into one and hopefully make a delicious stuffing made out of oats. I thought that this would also be a really good idea for anybody who's gluten-free. I know there's of course gluten-free bread if you wanted to make a more traditional stuffing, or if you're not gluten-free, you could probably just go for bread. But I thought since I'm doing this Oatmeal of the Week series, why not try and make a stuffing out of oats? I know it sounds a little bit unusual, and I am not sure how it's gonna turn out. I'm personally not really a big fan of savory oatmeals, but I'm willing to give it a shot. I think it might make a nice side dish for our Thanksgiving meal, and if not, I will just have to repurpose it into another dish. So nonetheless, I am intrigued to see how this turns out, and with that, let's get started. Since stuffing is usually a baked dish, I thought that I would kind of do a baked oatmeal similar to the one I did last week with the persimmons, but you know, of course, with some savory ingredients that are traditionally used in a stuffing recipe. So of course, we have our celery and onion and our spices, including thyme and sage. And then I'm just gonna cook everything in a veggie broth. Of course, we have our oats. I'm using two different kinds to enhance the texture of our baked oatmeal, but of course you could always just use rolled oats and then pulse them a few times in the blender to get some smaller pieces of your oats. And then a flax egg instead of a real egg, because I know a lot of stuffing recipes call for egg. So we're just going to do a flax egg in lieu of that, and then bake everything in a casserole dish. So let's start first by washing and chopping our celery and onion, and we will saute those first. Now, a traditional stuffing will also use some butter or vegan butter. If you are making this oil-free and therefore you're avoiding butter or oil, then I would highly recommend doing a water saute when you saute your onion and celery. I'm actually going to try this with a little bit of vegan butter just to kind of enhance the flavor since this is a holiday meal. So I'm going to be cooking it with vegan butter, but I think it would be very, very easy to just do a water saute if you are avoiding those things. Our cute little oatmeal stuffing is finished. It smells really good in here. I don't know if this is gonna taste good, but it does smell good. And then the only other thing that I've noticed so far is that maybe I could have done a little bit more celery or some Beyond Meat sausages. That is actually a really good idea if you're into the Beyond Meat sausages. I know some people really like sausage in their stuffing, so I was just thinking, you know, if you wanted to jazz it up a little bit, then try adding a Beyond Meat sausage or two. I think that would really be delicious in here. But anyway, I'm going to try this inside of my butternut squash because I know some people will be using butternut squash for their Thanksgiving this year. So I thought it would be nice to see how those pair together. And let's go ahead and try this. It does have a nice little crust on the top, which I'm glad about because I didn't want it to be too soft or mushy or anything like that. I want some like texture to this stuffing because I guess we're kind of trying to replicate like the bread texture. It's pretty good. I mean, you definitely have all the stuffing flavor. It's just a little bit different texture than a traditional stuffing that uses bread would be, of course, but it's actually pretty similar. I mean, it's not that far off from a traditional bread stuffing. That is not bad at all. I think that this is a success. This is pretty good. It's savory. It has all of the stuffing flavors. I love the sage and the thyme in there. And of course, with a little bit of vegan butter, that definitely added a little bit of richness to it. But I think it would be fine even if you were to omit that and make a healthier version. I am very happy with this recipe. I'm very surprised that it worked out. And I think that this is a pretty good alternative to a traditional stuffing. If you're looking for something that's gluten-free or even just something that's a little bit healthier, this could be a new thing for Thanksgiving dinners. So I do think this is really good as is, but like I said, there are a couple other things you could add to jazz it up a bit, and I will leave all the recommendations for those as well as this recipe in the description box down below. So if you'd like, go ahead and check that out. Or if you're looking for the other oatmeals of the week from this series, I will leave those on the screen for you guys to watch after this video. And of course, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I'm making new videos every week, mostly healthy, but for sure always vegan. And with that, let's eat plants, and I will see you guys next time.